Hey y'all, welcome to Kiss My Cheeks TV. Thank you for coming on YouTube, subscribing to my channel. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe, like the video, leave comments so we can discuss. Tonight I'm going to talk about love and hip hop, love and marriage Huntsville. It's a reality show. It's been on OWN. This is the end of season 1. And tonight is the reunion part 1. And when the series was on, I wasn't into YouTube yet, but I always wanted to talk about the series because, one, I went to college in Alabama, so I was excited to see a reality show in Alabama. And then two, it's about marriage, and I really cannot pinpoint a relationship that I relate to on this show, but their conversations about marriage, some things in each person I can kind of relate to. And then it's just a mess. Have you all been watching Love and Marriage Huntsville? It is, to me, it is a mess. These are couples, 2 out of the 3 should not even be on TV because I see it's doomed. I see the end, and I don't wish divorce on anyone. I've been married for about 5 years, and if you married out there, you know all marriages have their ups and downs, but these people should not be on TV. It's a lot of it. It shouldn't even be for our entertainment. To me, reality TV is TV. It should be entertaining. A lot of this is too much. They putting too much of their business in the streets. But since they are, I want to talk about it because, like anybody else, I like some good tea. So with reunions, this is the reunion part 1. Let's talk about the looks. Now, my favorite on the show is Melody Holt. I like the Holts. They're good business people, and I'm fascinated with business. I'm an accountant, so I always like people with a business background. I like to see people doing good, making it on their own. So I like the Holts in that sense, but to me, their relationship is one of the worst. But let's talk about the looks. Melody is 7 months pregnant. She's in an all gold, looks like lame dress. And I like the dress. I think it's a little ill-fitting because she's pregnant. If Melody, she on the show, she slays the looks. She's the best dressed, hands down, on the show. But this reunion, she's the worst. Worst dressed. Her wig is awful. It's a huge hump right here in her wig. The bleached out blonde all over wig is not a good look for her skin tone. And the long baby hair swirls of weave. Melody, it was a mess. And I'm going to fault it for her being pregnant, hormonal. Probably, this is reunion number 1. This is not a Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion. Like, pretty much everybody look a mess. But Melody is worst dressed, hands down. I usually don't judge the men, but I hate those brocade, lame, colorful, glittery suit jackets on men. It's not what I like, so Martell looks the worst as well. So the Holtz, love them on the show. Reunion looks, hate them. Next, they call them Scott's number 1, I guess, because they've been married the longest. Tisha, I like her hair. I thought it was her real hair, except for at the beginning of the reunion, we kind of saw them putting that U-part wig on her, which I liked. I love Tisha's hair. I did not like her makeup. It looks washed out. It doesn't look glam for a reunion. And I liked her bright lipstick because I love a colorful lip. But her dress kind of looks like a wedding dress, and I didn't like it, but Tisha's never been the best dressed, but I've always loved Tisha's hair on the show because she's one of the few reality people that shows her real hair, and it's beautiful. But she did have that U-part wig on, but I still liked her hair tonight. Next, Marceau. I hate Marceau, so yeah, I'm a plain black suit, a red tie, whatever. Scott's 2.0, they're my favorite couple. They're the couple I probably can relate to the most. They're a blended family. They're recently married 1 year, and I'm not really I ain't no newlywed. I've been married 5 years, but I relate to the Scotts 2.0. I like them. I like their personalities. A lot of stuff that they do, I don't get down with, but everybody ain't everybody. But Kimmy's, I loved her dress, that all hit the lights, sparkle, flesh, blush, nude dress. I loved it. I think the top, I think, how can I say this? I have very huge breasts, so I can relate. But the strap, the spaghetti straps for her on that dress, she needed more pull upage. And like it's been a long weekend. I'm catching up on my show, so I have my pajamas on, so I can't really demonstrate. But she needs a bra. She needed a dress where she could pull them up, push them up, make them not that drop down, spread out. I loved her dress the most, but I didn't think she looked her best in that top part of the dress. Her earrings were way too big. The dress looked expensive. Her jewelry looked cheap. But they're only on season one. If they pick up about 3 or 4 more seasons, they can borrow some jewelry like the Housewives girls. But her dress looked good. Her jewelry looked cheap. Her hair was banging, but it was let me go to work banging, not let me slay on the reality reunion banging. Maurice, her husband, looked a mess. He didn't even try to coordinate with his wife. But my husband never tries to coordinate with me either. And I hate that because I like to match sometimes, at least coordinate. But he had on royal blue and she had on blush pink. And I don't like that no tie, like, no. So it's their first reunion. If they have a season 2, they'll learn from it and they'll get better. The host, her name was Egypt. I took some notes. Egypt, she had on the best dress to me, and her hair, that big curly hair, she slayed. Now you shouldn't let the host slay. You guys making the money, but the host slayed. I liked her bright red dress. It fit. It was sheer in some parts and sparkly in others. Her makeup was muted. It didn't look. She kind of was going for the look where she didn't have any on, but it matched. She didn't want to upstage the guest, so they did good. So, to my surprise, they started the reunion off with the shit. They jumped right into it. They didn't go into any light, fluffy stories. And it looks like part 2 is going to be just as good as part 1. Now, I don't want to discuss everything. I want to discuss the key questions of the reunion and kind of some of the key things I learned from the season that I wish I could have discussed before. So they started off with Martell, and they kept talking about this popular blogger. And I don't know why. Maybe it's a rule they couldn't say his name. I don't know. Maybe they just didn't want to give him the credit and didn't want to say his name. But I love Funky Dineva. I watched him. He's one of the first people years ago that got me into even watching YouTube and listening to YouTube. And he is hilarious. When he put out there, when he found out that Martell was cheating on Melody, he put out there, Huntsville, give him the tea. And they came back and gave him the tea. Now, these are just people in Huntsville. They could be liars. I don't know. Who knows if the stuff is true? As they say, it's allegedly. But they gave him all the tea. And so when they said popular vlogger, I knew they were talking about Funky Dineva. And they kind of wanted, because Funky Dineva, I think somebody in the comments or he posted a picture of the girl in Huntsville that's supposed to be the side chick. And of course, Martell openly said, no, that was not her. But if you've been watching, you know Martell is a liar. His picture is next to liar in the dictionary. So of course he lied. I don't know if that's a girl or not, but I'll put $20 on it. I say that's probably her. I'm pretty sure. But it seems like Martell, he keeps saying, we all know Martell cheated on Melody. He's been having an affair with this woman for the past 4 years. Currently, they keep saying 3.5, but it's 4 now. And Melody knows about it. He's been getting caught up. I kind of feel like this 3.5-year woman ain't the only one. Like, it's probably some more that he kind of just hits and quits. But he's been having this long relationship with another woman. And I don't know. One of the things he says is he's this great father. Melody, helps in the business. But he doesn't she doesn't thank him. She doesn't give him the credit. Where on the show, I've seen her give him nothing but credit, nothing but praise for being a good father, for being romantic, and she's always seemed shocked like, how is he such a sweet husband to me, but he's still out there cheating? So Melody stands up and thanks him, which I thought was hilarious because it seems like he's a little bit jealous of his wife. Like he says, I'm not in it for the limelight. I'm not a good public speaker. To me, he didn't have any problems tonight saying what he had to say on the reunion. I think it's a cop out. I think Melody got the glow up. Melody, he wanted, he wants the accolation that Melody gets. And I think Melody is a great public speaker. She seems like a fantastic businesswoman. She seems like she does a lot in the community as far as community service. And I think in their relationship, she's the face of it. And I think he was comfortable at making Melody the face of it. But once all the praise came in, it was like, hold up. It's both of us. Like, why? And I think he is a little bit jealous of her. And I think I agree. They said earlier in the seasons when they got around their friends, which I'm going to say is the Scotts, when they started hanging out with the Scotts, Martell maybe kind of felt like, well, my wife is independent, but everybody else's wife over here is more submissive, and I want her to be more like this. And maybe he kind of, I don't know, he could just be a habitual cheater. But I kind of feel like he just grabs at excuses for why he's cheating, why he's had this 4-year relationship. And to me, when a man has a side chick for 4 years and he's not willing to leave his wife or his family for you, people say, well, maybe he loves this other woman. But I don't, it's definitely feelings there. It's not love, because if he really loved this other woman, he would have left his wife for this other woman. I think Martell is the type, he wants his cake and he wants to eat it too. And that's a stupid saying, but that's what it is. Like, he loves having a family. He loves having this great business. And like he says, they're now popular in Huntsville, which I'm sure they are. And they're probably a big name in Huntsville. So he doesn't want to lose what he has with Melody. But at times, he likes the single life, or he likes to come over here. He doesn't have to take care of any kids with the side chick. He doesn't have to worry about cooking dinner, breakfast, whatever. It's all about just having a good time in the bedroom, going out, doing whatever they doing. Now, did he buy this woman a BMW? I don't know. That was later on in the reunion. But I really don't put it past them. But at the end of the day, that's Martell and Melody. Like, they really are going through a lot. I feel bad that she's pregnant. I kind of feel like she would have left him if she didn't get pregnant. But I kind of feel like she's one of those people glutton for punishment. Like, she's willing, she likes being a Holt. She likes what the name Holt and her marriage, what it stands for in Huntsville, the popularity, as they say, all the businesses and the branding that they're doing from this show and having a name together. I don't think she wants to lose that in giving up her husband. She might have some fear of, well, can I do it on my own? Would the name be the same on my own? I say, Melody, you're the star of this show. She's one of those people that has it, especially for reality TV entertainment. And you can do it without him. Girl, you can do it without him. I don't like to tell people to get a divorce. But in this case, as disrespectful as your husband is, and I hope they get into this on part 2, as disrespectful as he's been to you, as they call it, cheating in peace, he has not cheated in peace. He's done it all in your face. He had this woman calling all up on your phone. The stress alone of being pregnant and having to deal with this foolishness, I would have left him. But Melody ain't me. So, y'all got my contacts on. I can't see my notes. So, let's be real. I wear glasses. You might seem a little light in the thing. So, next, they talked about all of them being fathers. I thought that was a really good. Let me see if I can. It's better. I don't know. I think it's good that they're all fathers. They're all hands-on fathers. They're all in their children's life. I think that's A plus. I mean, but to me, that's what you're supposed to do. I don't like when people say, well, yes, there's a lot of, I hate that, like, yes, there's a lot of single mothers in the communities, and it's good to see a father do what he's supposed to do. But like Kimmy was like, every time I see a father doing what he's supposed to do, I cry. I don't cry. Well, I'm not a single mother. I have my husband. But for the most part, I was a single mother to my son he's 16 for majority of his life. And I did what I had to do. And I ain't gonna put my business in the street, but it was not always the easiest road. And I had plenty of friends who had kids who were single mothers, who their fathers were in their life, friends who were married and had children together, and of course their fathers were in their life. And when I see a movie about a single father, I'm not crying. Because at the end of the day, if you make a child, you're supposed to raise it. You don't get no hand claps for being a good dad, just like I don't get no hand claps for being a good mom. Whatever happened for the situation for me to have a child, I'm supposed to take care of it. Single mom, married and the husband don't help, married and the husband do help, co-parenting, whatever the situation is, you don't get no hand claps for being a parent. I mean, you're doing what you're supposed to do. It's great that they are being excellent role models, but let's really break this down. What they're teaching their children, a lot of them, I wouldn't want them to be the example. Martell, the Holtz, what he teaching his daughters, it's okay for you to get married and your husband can have a side chick for 5 years, but it's okay as long as you don't like. No, what kind of example is he being for his children? Marceau, don't get me started. I do not like Marceau. I don't like the way he talks to Tisha. I don't like his beliefs in the gender roles where a woman's supposed to be pregnant, cooking, cleaning, and he ain't got to do nothing but work. Plenty of times women will say, I just want a man to work and pay my bills. And I ain't knocking anybody. If that's how you want to set up your household, it ain't nothing wrong with it. But it's just not how I was raised. It's not the example my mother showed me. I seen two parents, both college educated, both had their careers, did what they had to do. They both financially took care of the family. They both cooked. They both cleaned. They both showed me and my sister what we were supposed to do. I don't agree with the gender roles. And it seems very 1950-ish, like, Tisha, just shut up and I don't want you to work. Just watch these kids while I gotta watch the kids. I'm working. I do not like Marceau. I don't like him. And for him to be on national TV shouting out these ancient beliefs, it's embarrassing to me. Like, I'm embarrassed for Tisha. And I feel like Tisha is overcompensating and, oh, I want to be a realtor. I want to have this podcast. But at the end of the day, I feel like she's doing this because she's embarrassed of how her husband's been treating her the past 11 years. Like, if you weren't on TV, would you want this? I don't know. And to me, I wouldn't want my son thinking that's how you treat a woman. And I would not want my daughters thinking you got to cook and clean for some man 24/7. No, so forget Marceau. Maurice is a good father. I appreciate him co-parenting with Kiowa and helping Kimmy and their blended family, even though her son is now grown. One thing I will say about Maurice, and it's touching for me, and you all tell me what you think in the comments. He wants his son to move. I believe they're up north somewhere in Michigan, I want to say. And he moved all the way to Alabama, and he wants his son to come see him, come live with him now that he's in the preteens. I want to say, I don't know how old the little boy is for real. And this is one situation. Their situation relates the most to me because I do have a blended family, and my son's father lives in a different state. It's not as far away as Michigan, but I can understand, him going to see him on holidays and going to see him on summer vacations and not really getting to see him like some other people get to see when they're co-parenting, maybe every other weekend. That I understand that. Would I want to send my son at a certain age to live with his father full time and I be the parent away? My answer is no. Like, I'm not going to get into all the reasons, but the main reason is probably the most selfish reason, and it's because I've been with my baby since he was born. And I wouldn't want to be without him. Like, it's hard enough for me. He's 16. And I joke all the time, like, I can't wait for him to graduate, go to college. But it's going to be the hardest day when I have to drop him off at his college dorm because I'm going to truly miss him. And that might be selfish. That's something I'll have to get over. But I'll say no, too. Like, my baby ain't coming down here. To me, you get a divorce. You did not have to move all the way to Alabama to get away from me. Like, you chose to move halfway across the country away from your son. You should have got a divorce and stayed there in Michigan, finish your degree, do whatever you had to do. To me, it's wrong for you to ask this. I'm probably saying it all wrong. I'm coming from Kiowa's heart. I understand. And she agreed to it. I wouldn't agree to it. Like, no, you come see him. You can get him in the summer, but he going to school out here. Like, I don't care. And if you know me from years back, I love a kids-free summer. I love a kids-free week where I could rest. But at the end of the day, my baby is my heart. I don't care how old he is. And I can't just send him away. I couldn't do it. But they're still all good fathers. They're still all present. What they're doing in their presence, I don't 100% agree with, but they ain't my husbands. So, oh well. But at the end of the day, they were all good dads. Next, they got into Mel and Tisha. And what's they beef? Mel and Tisha ain't never going to stop beefing because I believe, and they flashed it back, and I'm happy they flashed it back. Tisha was the very first person to bring it up to the group that Martell was cheating when she brought up that we've been overcoming. So can you tell me how you all overcome infidelity? And it was their anniversary celebration. Who does that? Now, a more ghetto person would have got up and slapped Tisha. Like, why the fuck you bring this up right now? Like, we celebrating our anniversary. That's nowhere in any shape was that appropriate to bring up someone's cheating. And they friends, he cheated. They all know Martell was out there cheating. But who brings that up at their anniversary celebration? Like, I don't like Tisha because to me, and I could be wrong, I don't know these people. I'm just going off of what I see on the TV. Tisha is jealous of Melody. Not Melody's life, not Melody's marriage, but of what Melody stands for in Huntsville. And I believe Tisha was not raised to be, because you can look at her mama, and I can't wait to see Miss Wanda next week. You can look at Tisha's mama. She was not raised to be this submissive, yes sir, all this foolishness they got going on that they showing in their household. Tisha wasn't raised to be that way, and I feel like I said, she's embarrassed of how her husband talks to her and treats her, especially on national TV, and she wants to have some independence, and I think she's jealous of what Melody was able to do with this platform, and she wants in on it. And I feel like she's the type of friend who, because she's not on your level, she wants to try to pull you down. Like, yeah, bitch, you getting all these awards and you getting all these appreciations and all these business opportunities, but your husband bought this bitch a BMW. So what about that? Like, I don't like people like that. I don't like people like that. And I feel like that's how Tisha is. And I understand Mel when Mel says, you want to start the shit, but when I throw it back in your face, you want to cry and play victim. And those were facts. So that's what I think was wrong with between Mel and Tisha. Until Tisha gets happy in her marriage, she ain't never gonna be happy for Melody, and she always gonna pull Melody's card because Marceau. We gonna get there. We gonna get there. But do we think Martell bought the girl the Benz? Funky Dineva says yes. His sources say yes. So I'm gonna go with yeah. And I think Melody and I think Martell is what they call it, habitual liar. Is that the word? Martell is the king of liars, so I don't believe anything he says. And I think Melody will say no because she saved face. Because if you go back to that scene when Tisha pulled that card out for Mel and slapped it on the table like this the big joker, yeah, oh yeah, she took your books, Mel. She won that book that day. Tisha called, she pulled it, and Mel knew it, and it was written all over Mel's face. And at the reunion, they could say no all they want to, but yeah, Martell bought that Benz. I don't put it past them. I don't care nothing about Tisha's podcast, and they calling it the Blueprint, or what? I don't even remember Melody saying the Blueprint. That was stupid. That wasn't. Who cares? Oh, but I did like when Mel said, "Don't talk about me when you really like what I'm doing." That's what it is. And I'm happy Kimmy told the truth. Like, yeah, we were talking about Mel doing all that posting, and yeah, it's always the people talking the most shit about you. Them the ones that want to be like you. And they going to talk about you until they can find a way to get on your level. And then once they find that way, then they want to come ask you questions about, well, girl, how did you do this to get there? Or what can I do to get this, to get there? I don't like Tisha. I don't like her ways. Like, I feel like I can see her ways, and she's a very, I think, unhappy person. I would be too married to Marcel, but let's keep going. But I was proud of Kimmy in that moment for saying yes. We were talking about Mel because Tisha wanted to keep saying like, no, we weren't talking about. I wasn't talking about you, but they were talking about her. Tisha jealous. I feel like Tisha is very smart. Like, honestly, season 1, and maybe I just overlooked it because of all the crap that Marceau was doing. I didn't even know Tisha graduated from college. Like, Tisha is obviously very smart, very intelligent. You chose to be this housewife. And there's nothing wrong with being a housewife. Like, I have plenty of friends who at times chose to be housewives, and they have a degree, a master's degree. And there's nothing wrong with that. Your husband and the way he makes you look at being a housewife is what I don't like. I don't like the archaic, I don't like Marcel's ways of where you have to do this and I don't have to help raise these kids that I produced because I'm working. That's not the way it's not the way it works. And it seems like when it comes to Tisha, she doesn't even have any kind of backbone to speak up to her husband. And she needs her mother to fight her battles. But I think that's why Marceau don't. I can't wait for Wanda to come back. That's why Marceau don't want Wanda in that house, and he doesn't want Tisha working because Miss Wanda is going to get to the bottom of it. But we already talked about Tisha was the one who brought up the cheating. Oh, I forgot. The way Tisha dodged the question when she said, I asked Melody we were deep in conversation, and I asked Melody because we were talking about, what did she say? We were talking about overcoming things in our 5-year marriage. And so I was wondering how you all overcame the infidelity. I just brought it up out of conversation. And so then Melody, my homegirl, I like Melody because this the way you throw some shit in a bitch face that's trying to throw dirt on your relationship, though. We ain't gonna go there. But she said, oh, well, what did you and Marceau, what did y'all overcome that we were talking about? Because I don't remember y'all talking about overcoming anything. And the way Melody asked that question, Tisha had the, oh, I'm getting ready to read it, bitch. But then that question came out. She's like, oh, well, we ain't talking about what I overcome. Rewind. Why dodge the question? And it's written all over. Like, we all know that Martell said Marceau slept with 20 women. It's written all over Marceau's face that he has slept with somebody outside of Tisha in that marriage, in that time frame. It's written all over his face. And the way Tisha dodged that question, and he probably cheated within them first 5 years, and she don't want to bring it up because she don't want to give them no daggers to throw back at them. So, but it was hilarious to me the way Tisha dodged that question. She ain't answer it. She ain't answer it. But that was funny. That was a good one, Mel. Like, what were you overcoming? Like, we were talking about overcoming things. What you and Marceau have to overcome? She ain't answer, but oh well. So what's this? Tisha. And then, so then they get to arguing real good, and it was drama. That's what we watching reality TV for. It was some drama right there. So then Tisha threw out. I don't even remember what they were talking about, but she threw out. But didn't. Which I gotta read it. Didn't Mel try to sleep with Marceau? Didn't you have to ask Marceau? Didn't Mel try to sleep with him? And I had to stop my TV and rewind it back. I was like, did she just say Mel tried to sleep with her husband? Baby, don't nobody want Marceau but you. Nobody wants, after watching this TV screen, it's some thoughts out there that may want to sleep with your husband. They may want a little bit of change he throw at them at the bar. I'm going to get into that because I got a theory. But don't nobody want to be married to your husband but you. Don't nobody want to deal with that foolishness Marceau talking about. And I'm so happy Mel was like, oh, that was a hell no. What did you say? I want to sleep with Marceau? Hell no. Whew. Tisha was grabbing that stars. What did they call it? Strings. Straws. Whatever. Tisha was reaching. And she was grabbing at anything to try to win this argument. But oh no. Tisha, her trump card is the tears. She went to crying. Oh, Melody said something hurt her feelings. She went to crying. I think they went for a break. Oh, but no. Next, Maurice. He wasn't even in it. You see Kimmy over there eating popcorn, minding her business, throwing in some truth. Like Kimmy was the Bible. She would say that's true, that's not true. She was there telling the truth. That's what Maurice should have been doing, but no, that's his brother. Marceau is his brother. So Maurice gets hot and like, what are y'all doing? You tearing down their marriage. And I'm like, why is Maurice so mad? Like, this ain't got nothing to do with you. Kyle coming out next week. We gonna deal with you next week, boo. You gonna have your turn in the hot seat. But why are you so mad that they going after each other? You really care about them being friends? You should care. As long as you and your brother cool, why should you care? My theory. Maurice got so mad because the host did ask Tisha if they got receipts. Do you want to know? Because they can tell her right now. And I think deep down Tisha heart, she know, because we all on the TV screen. We don't know Marceau from nobody, and we could tell he cheat. So Maurice, I feel like he's hot because he doesn't want the dirt to come out on his brother, which I can understand that. And he was what they call it, not reflecting, deflecting. he was trying to throw the attention somewhere else. Like, why are we trying to ruin marriages on this stage? And why are you trying to break them down? Like, he's deflecting, like trying to throw the ball in another corner and not right here where we're playing in the playing field. And so I think he's trying to save his brother. He doesn't want Mel and what's his name, Martell, to spill the tea, which I totally believe they have the tea, because Martell said that he was there, because Tisha and her smart mouth was like, well, were you there? Were you there when he was cheating? Hell yeah, he was there when Marceau was cheating, because he was probably cheating too. He the king of cheating. Yeah, he was there. But no, when it comes to Martell, you don't really know if he's telling the truth or not. But this video getting long. Let me hurry up and get through this. And then my second reason why is, okay, he trying to deflect for his brother. He don't want the tea to come out on national TV. And then two, Maurice, do you have some secrets? Do you not want people to start spilling tea because you don't want it to hit you? You don't want it to splash over there and you and Kimmy? No, I like you and Kimmy. I don't think Maurice has any secrets. Oh, that's the end of my notes. That was really the end of the show. They broke for lunch. Tisha is crying because at the end of the day, Marceau will not deny the 20 women. Now, when Martell first said, you out here cheating with 20 women, I don't believe it's 20 women. It's probably a nice handful, maybe 2 or 3 or 4, maybe 5, but not 20. So I think he made an outrageous number kind of to check his friend, to be like, look, I'm saying something outrageous, but there's some truth to what I'm saying. Because in this show, and I can't go through all the episodes to give examples, but every time it was brought up, or Tisha even tried to get some kind of confirmation in her heart from her husband, he would say stupid stuff like, I can't answer that for you, or I don't want to drop to their level and even entertain. Like, no. If I go to my husband, I don't care how ridiculous it sounds. If I say, you been cheating with 20 bitches, he better say, hell no, I don't know what the hell he talking about. You know that fool a liar. And then, but not, oh, I can't answer that for you, because if you can't answer for me, then I'm going to switch into a different type of Angie. And I feel like that's where Tisha is. Like, her husband won't just say no. It's no truth to it. So her heart, probably back to whatever they was overcoming 10 years ago, it's like, damn, did he cheat on me in the past? Is he doing it now? He does hang with Martell cheating ass. So, but no, I do have a theory. Let me wrap this up. I have a theory on why I think Marceau is a cheater. Back when Kimmy and Maurice got married, they had a bachelor's party. Of course, Martell showed his ass with the strippers, but I don't know if you remember, in the suite before they even went to the bachelor's party, Tisha was hell bent on, Marceau, I want you to have a good time, but don't buy any drinks for any women. And like he was like, I can't buy a woman a drink. Like, we going to the bar. Like, it's a bachelor. And she was like, I don't want you buying any drinks for any women. And when I first watched it, I thought it was very strange. Like, if my husband was going out to a bachelor's party, the way I trust him, like, I would never think of him cheating. So I would just say, be safe, like, as in drinking and driving. Like, don't do anything foolish. Like, I would say, be safe, have fun, come back safe. I wouldn't even think about him buying another woman a drink. So I thought that was strange for her to bring that up. And then when it came back that he was buying women drinks, and he didn't wear his ring, and he ain't had no excuse for it, it was kind of like, shut up, Tisha. And her mom was about to get in his ass. But that was a red flag for me right there. Like, why didn't you have your ring on, and why you were buying women drinks? But it wasn't a red flag at the time. But when Melody said, why don't you go to those bars at 5 o'clock in the morning and see what Marcel was doing and Tisha kind of shut up, it let me know that maybe it's something to Marcel doing something at the bars, like meeting women at the bars. Is he going home, sleeping with them? I don't know. But as archaic as his ways is, like back then, men used to think they could cheat, and as long as they paying the bills, they can do whatever they want. So I don't put nothing past Marcel either. And I can't wait for next week. Next week, Miss Wanda coming out. She kind of alluded to, I followed him. He went out to the bar and I followed him. And to me, when a reality show leads with a good, juicy cliffhanger like that, she probably gonna come back and say, and baby, he ain't do nothing. So, I don't know. Because I feel like if her mama saw Marceau at the bar doing anything, she the type that's gonna get out the car and go whoop his ass for Tisha. So, I don't believe she saw him doing anything at the bar, but we shall see next week. And I can't wait to see them get into this Kiowa talk, because that situation is just very interesting to me. And I'm ready for Maurice to get in. Yeah, Maurice, put him in the hot seat for a little bit. But that's my review. This is kind of long. It's a little bit long because I never talked about the season and I never really got to get my opinion out about the players on the show. I really like the show. I'm really happy. I hope they get a part two, a season two, because even though it was broken in two parts, that was still just all season one. So I think the ratings should be good enough. They should be getting a season two, but I don't know. Part two of the reunion is next week, and I am going to come back for part two. So thank you all for watching me. This is Kiss My Cheeks TV. Again, subscribe. Get in these comments. Let me know what you all think about the show. Have y'all been watching it? What's the other one they say? The notification bell. I will be doing Real Housewives of Atlanta tonight, maybe. I gotta watch it, and football is on, so I probably won't watch it till tomorrow. So tomorrow, Real Housewives of Atlanta. All right, y'all. Have a good night.